Hi, welcome back to my YouTube page. Today, I want to talk to you about monitoring legislation. This is, I think, one of the biggest weapons that, as private citizens, you have uh, to protect your liberty, protect your constitutional rights. As you are probably well aware, that 99% of legislation that goes on in Congress is not reported in through the press. We don't get it, so we don't know what's being passed. That's why it's very important for you and I to monitor uh, legislation. It's critical because there we can then make aware to people what's going on, whether there's something that's going to violate our rights as individuals or is just overall bad for the country. I want to read you actually a quote from Dwight Eisenhower. He says, "Politics ought to be the part-time profession of every citizen who would protect the rights and privileges of free men." And that's probably what you the part-time job is probably what you were thinking when I said we need to monitor legislation. Hundreds, thousands of bills go onto the House floor in any legislative session, and how could we possibly keep up? What I am proposing as part of Take Back Your Government advocacy is I'm proposing that you look for legislation that deals with some of the major issues, spending, um, or you look at a bill and look at what the spending is. Go to the CBO, um, all sorts of things, and I'll even put up. I'll put up a list of websites that you can go that will help you monitor legislation, and you look through the lens of conservative values: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, small government, respect for the individual. These type of things that are crucial to the survival of our republic. Um, and that's why I believe wholeheartedly that we all need to be in the business of monitoring it. Now, in my next video, I'm going to talk to you about how to read a bill, and then when you come across a bill that you find destructive or you find is something that doesn't need to become law, how to respond to that and what to do there. But on this one, I'm just emphasizing the point that we need to be in the business of politics, whether it be a full-time basis where you're getting involved on your state level, or whether it be a part-time basis in which you are just sitting at the computer on your free time and you are reading the news, you're looking at the congressional websites, you're listening to C-SPAN, you're listening to the committees, you're reading current legislation. These are the type of things that we need to be involved in, um, because we can begin to raise awareness of things that most of the time are just going to pass right on through, and we're not aware of it. And not only is it important because we want to be aware of it, but it's important because when it does hit the media, it's uh, it's completely portrayed as something other than what it actually is. So if we as conservatives are training ourselves to look at legislation, to really focus on understanding it, then we can we can put it out there and send letters and call and go to the Capitol and talk to legislators about these things. That, hey, listen, this isn't right. This is why, and begin to make our voices heard, because it's time to step up and step out. Period. As conservatives, we've got to draw the line and say, these are conservative policies, these are not. And so that is why I encourage you on this video, I encourage you to get in the habit of looking at legislation. I would go to the Republican Study Committee. It's a beautiful way of looking very simply at legislation and looking at their analysis, and then determining, okay, what policy are we dealing with here? Study on that policy, draw some conclusions, make an argument, get thinking again. That's what I want us to do. We need to be thinking constantly innovating. It's those principles that have made our country great. And let's put that ingenuity, that creativity to work in formulating and helping formulate public policy. Well, next time, again, I said we'll talk about what this looks like, how to read a bill, what to do, and the major elements of a bill that need to be in there, and where to go to find how to write a resolution or and things like that. So I hope you'll join me next time. You have a great day, and God bless.